This is the German edition of White Dwarf, issue number 7. It was released in December 1995 and it came with the free Skaven miniature. I still remember seeing it in the store, carrying it home and looking forward in excitement to read it for the first time. Back then, as a kid, flicking through the pages, it sparked this dream to one day have a fully painted army myself, just like the ones from this magazine. In the following years, I saved up, bought the second edition starter box for Warhammer 40k and also got into Warhammer Fantasy. Now of course, you have lots of time as a kid and very little obligations, but you also don't have too much money to spend. And Warhammer back then, as much as today, certainly is an expensive hobby to have. So I never got past the point of what by today's standards would be referred to as a combat patrol or a spearhead. Time and money are limited resources after all, and the funny thing is that as a kid you have lots of time and big dreams, but no money to afford all these things, and then later on as an adult, ideally you have some disposable income, but hardly any time left to do all the things. So for some dreams in life, it takes a while for both to come together. And this phenomenon sometimes is referred to as midlife crisis, but that's a whole different story. Back in December 2019, after about a 2-decade break from the Warhammer hobby, I went to my local store in Berlin and picked up a First Strike starter box. It was the peak of 8th edition back then, and the box came with the new Space Marine and Death Guard models. It was intended as a small project for the Christmas break to reconnect with my inner child and also some long-gone memories. But I went back to the store and got another starter box called No Fear, and I also subscribed to a few issues of the Hachette magazine that was out back then. So my collection grew, and building and painting models sparked my passion for the hobby again. It helped me to relax and switch off after long days at work. And it also brought back this dream that I had as a kid. It has been 5 years now since I got back into the hobby. I painted up almost 3,000 points worth of Death Guard, and I'm very happy to say that after almost exactly 30 years, I made my childhood dream come true. Today, I own a fully painted army, some stunning pieces of terrain, and this year I even took it to Armies on Parade to see if it can stand against the competition. My name is Kai, you're watching Brush and Axe, and thank you for joining me on my road to Armies on Parade. One thing that I really like about the hobby overall is that people are willing to share how they achieve certain results. People are not secretive about their recipes to success, and I enjoy watching tutorials and making off videos a lot. They help me learning new techniques, understanding different approaches, and to gain confidence for trying out new things. Early on, I started capturing some bits of video with a GoPro camera that I had and even put one up on YouTube, but I quickly realized that making videos is not only time-consuming, but a whole hobby in itself. So I felt like I had to choose between focusing on painting or making videos. I focused on painting for the time being and not trying to record every step of the way, but about a year ago, when I decided to aim for joining Armies on Parade, I started recording a good portion of the board build and painting process. Now I'm never quite sure how much detail people are interested in seeing or not, so if you would like to know more about the build and paint process of the board, please let me know in the comments. I had been wanting to join Armies on Parade for a few times in the past years, but also the project kept on getting bigger and bigger as I planned it. This is something that happens to me a lot, and once I started getting into something, the ideas start bubbling and keep on growing. And this is a phenomenon that is sometimes referred to as scope creep, perfectionism, or simply put, ADHD. But that is also a different story. I had thought about building and painting up a full back wall and also ended up with way more miniatures and terrain than what I could realistically fit on the board. I also found that I underestimated how difficult the board composition and taking reasonable pictures would be, let alone video, writing scripts, and so on. But I heard the saying once that being done is a decision. So with the in-store event fast approaching, I decided to call it done and throw my submission into the ring. Berlin has several different Warhammer stores, and this is the one that is closest to me, and I went to set up my board the day before the event in the evening. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film inside the store, but I took some pictures while I was there. And pretty much as expected, the competition in the display board category was very strong, so I didn't expect to win anything. It would have been really nice to get some kind of trophy as a token or to symbolically wrap up the project. So when the third place was called out and it wasn't me, I was quite sure that this was it. At least everyone who participated got a participation medal. It is made out of metal and it feels really nice, and it will get a special place at my hobby desk. Now you cannot imagine my surprise when I got called out for the second place. I'm really glad that I joined, and also very happy and grateful to take home silver. But I also want to say that everyone else in the room certainly would have deserved to win for the outstanding work and effort everyone put in. My journey that started in December 1995 with the White Dwarf has come to a close. At the time of uploading this video, it is December 2025, so it has been 30 years between now and back then, and I've come full circle. It doesn't mean that I'm done here, but it's certainly a moment to pause, to reflect and appreciate. I want to thank you all very much for joining me on this brief journey into Armies on Parade. Please like and subscribe if you want to see what my next Warhammer project will be, and feel free to join me on Patreon if you want to support or get some early updates on what I'm planning next. Again, thank you very much, take care, hobby on, and see you next time. Bye bye.